Whenever you're ready.
Oh my God.
Jessica! I've never been called a fox!
Dana.
That's a classy name for a Harry.
I like it classic.
Okay.
Do you?
Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast.
Sure.
Out with the bad and in with the good, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Oh, hey. All you OG listeners know what it means when I bring out the kalimba. I'm adding something new today. Dana didn't plug in her microphone last week and we didn't catch it. So just letting you know, sound quality is not great. Okay, bye. Jessica.
Dana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast. I am Dana Powell.
I'm Jessica Young. And we are here to rant and rave.
I couldnn't hear you at all. You cut out on my computer. So I was like, I hope we're somewhat together.
I hope so.
Jessica, how was your week?
Oh, I'm unshowered, unwatered. They cut our water off because they're working on our building. It's like a weekly thing these days. So I feel really gross. I've been getting over a nasty cold and I'm just trying to push on through. I will tell you a real highlight of my week. I went to a LA Kings game for the first time since the pandemic.
Yes.
I like sports, I do, but I'm not like, and I don't want to watch them on TV, but I'll go to a live game. And I used to really be into going to football games and whatnot. Hockey is the one sport I love watching live. Also, it's nice and cool in that arena. So I had a grand old time, and my Canadian husband had never been to a hockey game. So
how?
I don't know. He's just not really he's one of those guys, he'll be totally interested. He will hang on every play if a game is on TV. Would he ever on his own be like, I'm going to check out the Lakers tonight, or I'm going to see if the Bears are playing? No. But if there's a game on, he's down to clown. Isn't that what they say? What is wrong with me?
I don't think so. I don't know who that they group is.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. Well,
but go to a hockey game. It's really fun. It's really fun, and it's fast.
I think I would yes, that's what I would like. I don't mind going to a baseball game, but if there's someone who would rather go than me, I'll always let them.
Oh, you'll mind.
Hockey is faster. Baseball's a little slow. My son and my husband have been to a hockey game. They loved it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not my thing. I really enjoy, I'll tell you what I enjoy. I just enjoy the peacefulness of being alone in my bed sleeping. I might have a sleep problem. I don't think that's a secret to anybody in my life. God. Don't sleep at night. Only want to sleep during the day.
I hear you, sister. No, it's bad. It's really bad. My insomnia has been back in full effect the last couple of weeks.
I feel like I'm fighting genetics. My entire family has always been night owls. Like I was as a kid. My parents were. I still am. If I let my son, he would be like.
Yes. I was as a kid too.
Yeah, it's crazy. Before we get into the bulk of our show, I just wanted to share something a little personal because I was sharing it with you in the green room dump. And I thought, what a lovely way to just celebrate someone in my family's life. So a couple of weeks ago, my Tipton family, my married family, we lost our Aunt Barbara. And she was just such a beautiful woman. She was Swedish, I think. She had a very thick accent. She was lovely. And I just wanted to share a little story about her. She was such a special woman. She had divorced from the Tipton family many, many decades ago, but was always remained a part of the family. And so she lived in California. She was very different from the Midwest family that we're connected
Sure.
to. And so, for example, she lived into her 90s. I think about 5 years ago, it may have been a little bit longer. She finally remarried a man who was so sweet, and they really bonded over golf. They both played golf until they couldn't walk anymore. Like, it was so
Love it.
sweet. But I was reminded of a moment. There's a weird thing, and Jessica, you'll understand this. When you move away to your hometown to another place, specifically like Missouri to a California, there is a cultural shock that you just can't put into
Yeah.
words. There is a cultural shock. So I had been away from home for 2 or 3 years, and I was starting to assimilate and become a Californian, So my sister-in-law, Mary Tipton, was getting married, and she's Mary Nagel now. And I was still new to the Tipton family. We were not married yet. Dan Tipton and I were just dating. There was a little drama surrounding that because back home in St. Louis, everyone thought he had cheated on his long-term girlfriend with me, which was not the case. We didn't date. We didn't even hardly speak before he broke up with her. But that was the long-standing belief, was that Dana broke up this happy relationship, right? So his ex-girlfriend was my sister-in-law's maid of honor. Scandalous.
What?
They were best friends. So I knew I was going to see her. I knew it was going to be a little rough and drama-y. I wasn't in the wedding, which I was not offended by any means. You guys know I hate weddings. Like,
You're like
don't
me.
put me
You're
in your wedding.
relieved.
Yes. So I did have to read a little poem because Catholics have poem readings and stuff in their stuff. I was perfectly fine with that because, like I told you in the green room dump, at the time I was looking real good, y'all. And I had on this highway cone orange dress, and it was very 60s mod, and it was kind of short, and it had an orange net over the top. It was just super freaking cute. And then I had a wide headband to go with it, mod look, just cute. Now, in the Midwest, that's maybe not considered appropriate wedding attire. At least at the time it wasn't, okay? I was getting a lot of looks. And I knew in my brain, I was like, they're going, look at that crazy bitch from California. What is she, a highway cone? We're all wearing mauve and beige and taupe.
That
Why
red,
is she looking like that?
red hot.
So I was like, it's okay. It's okay. This is who you are now. Trying to pump myself up, right? Okay. My saving grace. All of a sudden, I turn around in the church. The wedding hasn't started yet. People are still filing in. I see Barbara announce herself into that church.
Yes.
She comes walking down the aisle like this. Woo! Woo! Just presenting herself in a Toro Bull red dress.
Love it.
Red with what do you call the pompaloom on the waist? What do you call that? The pompaloom.
Peplum?
You know what I'm talking about. Peplum.
Peplum?
She had a little peplum on her dress, sashaying in. And she had the biggest Sunday church hat I have ever seen. Bright red to match, and the swoop. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm even showing you my fat arms to describe it. That's how beautiful it was.
Like she was going to the Kentucky Derby.
And I loved it so much that I literally clapped for her in church. She came walking in, presenting herself, and I was like, that's my people. And I go, oh, applauded her.
And Dan was like, shh.
Dan was doing his brother duties for the wedding. I was just searching for connection. I gotta tell you, me and Aunt Barbara, man, Highway Cone Orange and Jezebel Red over there, we had a ball, and I loved that woman so much. So today I celebrate you, Aunt Barbara. We love you so much. Dan Tipton will be going to her life ceremony tomorrow, and I just hope that everybody can celebrate her because she was really special. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because it just reminded me. Such
I
a
love
cute.
that. What a beautiful, fun memory.
Yes, I'll never forget that. She made me feel okay for being different. Like, if you ever met people like that, and you're like, I hope I'm that person for people. Like, if you've met me, I'm definitely weirder than you. You're great. And that's like, Barbara was that sort of touchstone for me of, I'm okay, you know.
I love
Anyway, I
that.
enjoyed. Yeah, I
I hope
enjoyed it.
there's no weirdness with me. I keep muting my mic, everybody. I'm telling you, just so you know, if there's some weird glitching, because apparently every flight in Burbank is taking off right now as we're recording. That's
Oh
the fourth
no.
flight I've tried to mute out. So please pardon.
Oh no. And earlier there were like 3 leaf blowers when I first got on with you.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
need to tell you something because sometimes I'm like, just let it go, Jessica. Nobody needs to know that. Well, I feel like I need to. I need you to know that 3 or 4 times, when you said highway cone, I didn't realize you were talking about a cone, like a
Yeah.
safety cone.
Construction cones? Yeah.
You kept saying it, and I was like, oh dear. I'm like, either that's something I've never heard of, or maybe she's not
Midwest.
pronouncing it right. I thought you were
Possible.
referring to like when you were saying highway cone, I thought she meant like a high waistcoat or something. Referring to the style of your dress.
That's because you know I don't know things. But I do know what a highway
Dying.
cone is.
I'm like, what
I
is
think
high Wayne cone? I was even like changing
no,
the inflection. I'm like, high Wayne cone. What is
maybe
that?
that's not, that's just what I call them. What do you call
I'm
them?
dead.
Construction cones?
No, you're right. Just
I
it
should have
wasn't
said
computing.
hazard orange. How about that?
Listen, I failed my driving test from banging into one of those cones, so I should have
Oh,
known.
boo. Bummer.
Oh God, that really just tickled me.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that for once it wasn't my stupidity. I was actually okay. Oh my God. Okay. You know what I'm hoping, Jessica? I hope that I sound okay because we have had a lot of rain in California. I know it's been all over the news. You're sick of us talking about it. It's fine. I get it.
It's state of emergency. It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. And also, for some reason in California, when it rains or we get those Santa Ana winds, hillbilly, Santa Ana winds. Sorry. Our internet goes wonky. I don't know what it is. It's like this rain stopped the signals from getting to space and back. Okay, I guess. So last week when I downloaded us, Jessica, our vocal tracks were not matching our mouths. Yeah. And I spent many hours trying to learn how to figure that out. Yay, Dana, you did a somewhat okay job. I think if anyone watched our video last week closely, you'd be like, are their mouths right? But I got it where it was enough that I could put it up. So let's hope, let's cross our fingers that's not happening this week.
That does happen. Also because we still have a lot of above ground wiring for electrical, for phones, for internet, all of it. So yes, it greatly affects things. So bear with us. I'll tell you guys really quick how you can get in touch with us. Please. Please continue to find us, and thank you all for the support and for following along with our crazy video journeys on Facebook and Instagram. Dana is not on Facebook anymore, so if you do message her, she ain't gonna see it. But I will sometimes, like if someone has done something, I will then screenshot it and send it to her. I am on Facebook and I do check our stuff. So thank you for those who have been following along on Facebook. We've had quite a nice uptick on there. Facebook and Instagram, the Rants and Raves podcast. You can also find us on TikTok, the Rants and Raves podcast. The actual handle, if you will, is the Rants and Raves P. You can find us on our YouTube channel at the Rants and Raves podcast on YouTube. You can subscribe. You can download our full videos to see a full episode. We also have shorts up there if you only want a little snippet, and we have audio on every single platform that we've always had, which is most, for which you can find your podcasts, from Apple to Podbean. So thank you all so much. You can always write in at the Rants and Raves podcast at gmail.com. You can also DM us on social media. Any way that works. We love hearing from you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And Jessica, I just want to shout you out big time. You have been controlling our shorts and things for the last several weeks. You've been getting out videos, I think, every day. Like, I'm just so impressed. They're very cute. Thank you so much, because I know I'm probably not the best teacher in the world, and I've had to try and talk you through. And you're just doing phenomenal. So yay you. Yay.
You're
I'm
sweet.
So
Oh. You're very sweet. And you are very patient, because you are far more savvy with technology in general than me. So Dana had to show me more than once how, and I finally got the memo. But thank you, seriously.
Yes, you're doing fantastic. And I just want to say
me all the things.
Well, it's helping us grow. You know, we've talked before. We're pretty open about, like, we're not doing this to get famous. We're doing it because we love it and we love the community that we've built. And we had sort of plateaued for a while after, you know, in the midst of COVID, things kind of took a downturn, and we weren't really growing a ton before that. And I got to tell you, we're growing now, and we're getting new people in our community, and it's really exciting. And that's due to you keeping up with all of that, me getting the videos out, the full-length videos out, and us having an active voice on social media. Now, that being said, I also want to let you know I am not mentally stable enough to read your hateful comments, and so I don't. So that's why Jessica because I want to sass back, and you can't do that to trolls. You know, it just eggs them on. So anyway, yes, I thank you again, Jessica. You're doing an amazing job, and it's much appreciated.
Lady, stop it.
By me, and I think
a high tide raises all ships. But seriously, you got the video, which is also the audio for our episodes, and then I've got the social media. So we are doing our best, and thank you for all of your hard work, and thank you to everybody who is continuing to stick on with us. We really appreciate it, and love all the new follows.
Absolutely. Jessica, would you like to go ahead and start off with your rant today?
Yes. It looks like I'm dressed appropriate to complain about this subject. This is going to be a real short one, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I know I probably couldn't do better, admittedly, but I then again wouldn't offer to run a presentation for a major organization.
It's a grown-up topic. Here we go.
It is. I just need to ask that if you, well, there we go. Where are you going? San Jose? Sorry for the plane, guys.
Somebody walking on your roof? Oh, no, I didn't.
Nope, just a giant jetliner. If you are going to do a major presentation of any kind, but let alone something that is supposed to inspire and entice those that you are speaking to about a joyful thing, please act slightly interested during your presentation. Just a little bit. And then also, we're on Zoom, so, you know, lots of leaps and bounds have been made with what we can do. And there's something very simple that even I know how to do called screen share. So where you can pull up your desktop or your screen and then show and toggle between things and whatever. I do not need, in an already dreadfully boring meeting that, again, is supposed to entice and inspire, have somebody holding up pieces of paper, and it's not totally, you know, centered, and they're trying to hold it up close and whatever, with old school graph lines. 3 different lines. He's like,
wait,
this is from 2020, this is from 2021, and this is from 2022. My eyes were like this. Everyone else was like this. I'm telling you, then you know it's bad when you and one of your friends who's one of your bosses start texting back and forth like maniacs, trying to be like
You
this because
just
I try to do
cannot.
this so I'm not looking down too much and hold my phone. It was out of control. And it was 1 hour and 55 minutes long. Have you ever been on a Zoom that
No,
long?
that's insanity.
It was so dreadfully boring. But my point is, get with the program. I know that
Yeah.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, great. I know that a pie chart still serves a purpose. But can you get a little more excitement in there? A little more
Well,
stuff that might help?
you have to be able to keep your audience's attention, period, point blank,
Yes.
especially if you're going to have a meeting that long. And I'm sorry, but it's 2023. Can I just tell you something that somebody needs to email to the bosses or whoever is doing this? So I'm not super hip and up to everything that's going on. And even I know there are multiple free AI programs out there right now, as you and I speak, where you go to their website and you type in your keywords and it will create a presentation for you.
Yes.
You don't even have to build it. You just go business stocks up, and it creates a 14-page thing for you. Like, you don't have to know what you're doing.
I know. But also,
but if you are the head of a business department, you have got to keep up with the times, because just based on social media alone, we're scrolling all the time. We're like it, don't. Like it, don't. Heart, no. Or dating, yes, no. Yes, no. That's our attention span now. Yep. You cannot hold up a piece of paper. You've got to have some interactive something going on for my eyes to look at so I stay interested.
Seriously. And Dana, holding up the paper when you could have just gone boop and then the screen be a nice clean graph that we can clearly see, instead of holding it up here hoping that it's zoomed in and nobody can see it.
Nobody can see that. And also, you got your colored pencils out? Drawing this? You must have made it on a screen somewhere, unless you literally hand drew it. And in that case, it might be time to retire. Like, move your wagon, find a hobby, raise some geese. I don't care, but it might be time for you to move on.
Get an AV projector in and blast it on the wall during the Zoom. You can write it with your dry erase markers on a clear sheet of paper. God.
Remember those things?
Yes. I loved those. When teachers would write on those, I don't know why I got very excited about that, but I was a great
I did too, but I know exactly why. Because the lights were dim and I could sleep.
Why did we sleep so good in our desk?
Oh, when I was in college, I was working like 91 hours a week and going to school, which sounds impossible. I worked overnights. I didn't go to sleep from Wednesday till Sunday. I took little nappies, but I didn't have a night's sleep. And so I became so good at, if you go back, I have a couple of notebooks from college where it's very clear I fell asleep, and I trained my body to keep writing while I was asleep. And it's literally just loop scribbles where I was asleep for like 15 minutes writing.
You're like, what the hell is L?
No words whatsoever. But my autonomous brain was smart enough to like even make spaces where it looked like words, but it was just scribble loops.
Oh my God.
That's bad. That's pretty bad. I don't disagree with you. Get up with the times, people. You got to, or you're going to get left behind.
And dear God, if you're going to have a 2-hour Zoom, please make it really be interesting. I don't know what else to say other than that.
Here's my point.
Okay.
That was my point. What do you have to say that's going to take 2 hours? What are you teaching? There's no reason for just a one-person speak meeting to be 2 hours. I don't even know how you talk that long. I know. Like, I've lived for a lot of years, and I don't think I could talk about myself for that long. Right. Anyway. Are we ready
Rant
to move
over.
on?
Yes.
Rant over. We've got some pretty silly, lighthearted rants today, and that's good every once in a while, I think. My rant this week is going through your closet and looking at certain clothes and accessories and jewelry and wondering, what the hell was I thinking? Jessica, I think probably for you and I too, it might be a little worse than normals. I call you regular people that are like well behaved and know how to do things in public and stuff, normals. I don't think I fit into that category. So I have a lot of things that I have bought for auditions or for roles I was playing, especially when I was in Sunday company. I was dressing up. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's like residual being a poor kid. I have a hard time getting rid of things. So like I have some crazy stuff that I know for a fact I would never wear, and I'm still not getting rid of them. Or like I have this one necklace, and in fact, I'm going to make a promise to you guys. I'm going to throw this one necklace away or give it away or something. I bought it for a specific outfit for something I was shooting for a friend. And it was nice. It wasn't expensive, but it was nice. And it has these big discs. It's a long chain, which I can't wear those anyway because my boobs are big and they just hang off a cliff. It hangs off a cliff. It doesn't droop nice like it does on other people. Mine just hangs off a cliff and swings down below. Like, hey, if you throw a ping pong ball at the right time, you'll hit her belly button. Like, that's all.
Oh, my God.
And it's black and purple. It's the ugliest thing ever. And I have had that thing for going on 15 years.
Unreal.
And I look at it. I've even put it in giveaway bags before. Why can't I get rid of those things? Or why do we hold on to skinny clothes? Why do we hold on to skinny clothes?
I have an entire closet of that. And I mean a bulging bar of that.
They just depress us.
Yes. Because I'm like, well, when I can wear that again.
I have this one shirt I'm thinking of in particular. And this is where it gets difficult. I thrifted it. So I will never find anything like it again. It was vintage and it is very uncomfortable, but super good looking. So it's one of those pieces of clothing. It is a turtleneck, like a full old school turtleneck, but it is like almost like it's metallic thread and it's all different colors of bronze and orange. Oh. And it makes this very 70s pattern, but it feels like you're wearing steel wool. It's not comfortable.
Exactly what you mean.
But it is so gorgeous. Can I tell you exactly how many times I've worn that shirt? And I bought it when I was in college.
1 or 0?
0. 0 times! It has never fit me! I might as well frame it and hang it on my wall and just go, I just liked it. Because I can't wear it. And if I couldn't wear it in college, I ain't going to be squeezing into that anytime soon.
That is amazing. I've also done that where you're like, oh, well, one day I'll wear this.
And every time I look at it, I go, that is fire. I cannot get rid of this. I'll never find it again. But I wonder if it would be worth it to me to make that gamble with myself and give it away. Then maybe that would inspire me to get super skinny. And then I would be sad about not having the shirt, but I would be super skinny happy. Is that a good dream?
I thought you were going more like the Rocky Sylvester Stallone route where you were like, well, I guess I'm going to have to sell my dog to get funding for this script. I guess it's going to have to be this turtleneck. And then you lose all this weight and then you go out to the world and on the search for the turtleneck. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be an interesting story, wouldn't it? None of these things are going to happen. And guess what? Also, I'm probably not going to get rid of that shirt.
To your credit, most of what you think is crazy and wacky was specifically bought for roles or as a costume for sketch.
Yes, a lot of times.
Mine, I have no problem with any of that stuff. That's all like one of the few things that's actually organized in my life and in a big plastic tub if I ever need to pull those things out again, like a high school football jersey and whatnot. I'm talking about legit clothes that I'm like, the fuck was I thinking? Buying it, wearing it, keeping it. Case in point, a denim blazer. When did I think that would be cute? Sometime in the last 10 years, apparently. I donated that with the tag still on, as I did with a lot of other clothes.
Yeah.
And the woman at the shelter
I
where I gave was like, "Well, you weren't kidding. I mean, you said the clothes were in good shape. Half this stuff had tags still on it." I said, "That's right."
Did you pretend to be somebody else? Just go, yep, that's right. She's a rich, rich woman.
I mean, I was embarrassed because I was like, what is wrong with me that I bought this stuff and never returned it? And better yet, never wore it. And there's also plenty of stuff that I have worn that I look back and think, why did I think that was cute on me in general?
Yeah,
Like awful. Like
I
mother of
know.
the
I do
bride
that.
clothing. Okay.
I've done that stuff too. And sometimes it's like, I got to run out and get something quick to go to this barbecue because it's 112 degrees. This is all I have to choose from. And then I've bought it and then I don't get rid of it. But we got to get rid of that stuff. I do feel like
Yes.
it smothers me at some point. It's definitely time for me to do a
Absolutely.
mega purge.
So I will inspire you to do it with your clothes and myself because I've been doing it with a lot of stuff. I will also volunteer to come and pick up bags of clothing from you and do a full carload drop off. I have to do it now. I've started it. I've started moving stuff into a closet that we emptied out. And so I'm like moving stuff slowly but surely that I know is good. The rest is
Yeah.
getting donated. Somebody said to me, if you do lose all that weight, then you get to go treat yourself and get a new wardrobe.
Celebrate and get
Okay?
new wardrobe. Exactly. Because most of that stuff that you're holding on to, what are the odds that you're lucky enough to hit that trend pendulum just right?
Correct.
You know what I
It's
mean?
just silly.
Unless you
There,
have things that are very close to fitting and you're like, oh, I could get into this in a
of
couple of months,
course.
and
Yes.
it's still new to you ish or whatever, then I understand. But that's not me. I will hoard things if I'm not
Yes.
careful. Yeah.
Yes. I
And
kept
clothing
my
and stuff.
high school dance dresses for years. And then finally I was like, am I saving this for a museum of myself? Like, why do I have this? And
No,
it's not
you know what
anything
I do?
stylish to give to the things that need dresses now.
I do it with underwear, Jessica. I told Dan Tipton recently, I was like, because I have underwear problems. In the past, if you're a new listener, like in the last couple of years, you haven't heard a lot of my underwear issues. I am built like a glowworm and I have a hard time keeping underwear on my body. And in years past, I have walked out of my underwear many, many times or tucked my dresses into my underwear on purpose and dropped my son off at school where no one told me.
On
Um,
purpose.
on purpose. I wanted to shave my legs and I just forgot that I had tucked my dress in. Okay, so but I will do that. All of a sudden, the other day, I said to Dan Tipton, I was like, I have 35 pairs of underwear that I hate. And also, how did I get so many period panties? Like, no, Dana,
Okay.
it's time for new underwear.
Yes.
I know that's gross, but every woman understands.
Honestly, that's something I learned from my mom. She was like, okay. And like twice a year, she would just go in. She's like, nope. She didn't
Get
ask. She's
them
like, we're getting
out.
rid of it. She would throw out all the yucky underwears and socks. And it was like,
Or the ones
these
that
need
you
to be
hate.
replaced.
Because why put on underwear at the beginning of the day that you cannot stand? You're setting yourself up to be aggravated, agitated, annoyed the entire day. Why
Yep.
do that, Dana?
I
Yeah.
even have nice underwear from times when I was smaller that I've saved. Why? Underwear.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I
And
did
I'll
that too.
even try to
Last
put it
year I
on. I'm
did
like,
it.
nah, these are on, but these are still tight. I'm taking them off. Well, I guess I have to wash them again. They touched my privates and just rip them off, and then they go back in the drawer. Like what?
Yes. And cycle again. I know. I also cannot stand underwear that, like, for me, like, everybody's body length is different. And so I can't have underwear that are going to pinch me like the top of a jar in the middle of my torso, nor
Yep.
can I have ones that are going to roll down my thighs or cut my body into another segment. I got enough segments.
Oh my
Please
God.
get rid of
shut
them,
it.
Dana. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Okay, that's enough. Rant over. Should we do a cleansing breath? I think we could use it. I think
Let's
it's so
do it.
funny. I love how we get equally riled up about things like get rid of your underwear, people, as well as major things. Anyway, cleansing breaths are good for you. It doesn't matter.
That's right.
This is one of the staples of our show. We like to rant out sometimes silly things. Today was a little more lighthearted, sometimes very serious things. We get it all out. Right into us, guys. We'll help you rant it out. We'll make you feel better, I promise.
We will.
We take a deep breath in. We blow out all that anxiety, all that angst, all that we're feeling, and spend the rest of the show filling up with kindness, good news, and laughter. Most of the time. If you're alone, I encourage you to scream it out just because it's fun and wonderful. Just be careful with your little voice. But if you can't do that, no matter where you are, I know you can take a breath. Do it with us real quick. You're going to feel better, I promise. Ready? Take a deep breath in. And amen. There we go.
Great.
Yeah, let's move on into our corners, Jessica.
Yes. Well,
pulling up you're up first. You have a corrections corner. Interesting.
We have a corrections corner, and guess what? Deedly dee 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 deedly dee. It's not about me for once. Deedly dee 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 dee. For the first time ever, it's for Dana. Dee 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 dee. Yeah, it is. I think every corrections corner ever has been from regarding me. Also, I always have to throw this in. I just got
You got a text from Alan.
And it says, "High tides raise all ships, not voices." Shh.
He quoted you. I cannot.
Now I know he's not exaggerating. Because I go, "Can you really hear me?" He goes, "Really hear you? I hear every word." Well, he clearly just proved
he just quoted you. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm yelling.
I feel like that wasn't even the loudest thing you yelled. By far, it wasn't. It was just kind of a throwaway.
Hilarious. Okay, let me pull this up. So this tickled me so. And Dana, I hope you laugh. Surely you will, because this is just fun. This is somebody from your home state who.
Nice. You corrected me on something?
This is an OG listener. This is April writing into us from the great state of Missouri.
Yeah, 417.
This tickled me so much. Hello, Dana and Jessica. Y'all are killing me. Okay? LOL. So I'm a little behind on the podcasts because my life is just a big mess. LOL. And my gremlins got me sick. Thank you, pre-K. But as you guys might remember, I'm the listener who lives in the St. Louis region. That's right, Dana. Oh, yeah. Go Cardinals.
Cardinals. That's the 314 area.
Right? And that's Dan's favorite team.
That's right.
Well, we were driving to a birthday party and listening to the episode from Valentine's Day when y'all spoke about the pickle jar community. And oh my God. First off, my husband works for a... I just felt
my cheeks flush. Go.
Real. First off, my husband works for a local news station. He vaguely remembers a story about it as well, but a gimmick story. But I was driving, only half listening, and when my husband heard Dana pronounce "de pair" the way she did, he gave me the goofiest face. I looked at him wondering why, because I had no idea what she was talking about. She butchered the name so badly. I instantly laughed, thinking, oh my God, Dan Tipton would know exactly how to pronounce it.
And he did! He scolded me, April!
I remember this so well, but like I wanted to, did you call it like Des Paris or something?
Yes, I called it Des Paris or something weird. And I did mention it probably isn't pronounced like that. Like Bodark is the place near us, and it's not spelled. It's spelled BOISD''AR. You know, like so. I was like, I'm sure this isn't right, but they're right. I probably should know. Like Dan Tipton was like, how did you not know that? But also, how did you butcher it so bad? They are not wrong. Okay, did she phonetically spell it out how it should be spelled or said? I mean, Okay, okay.
She said, so the town is, by the way, just for those of you who didn't know, so when she said, my husband heard Dana pronounce Des Peres, Desperes, she said, so the town is pronounced like de pear, like DUH
That's
and then
it?
pear, PEAR, de pear.
Okay, I'm not the dummy. I fancied that place up.
But spelled Desperes. Very hoity-toity. Let's just say
Yes.
many people that live in that area typically have quite a bit of money. That's the ritzy side of West St. Louis County. One of my
Gotcha.
ex-boyfriends lived over there in some ginormous mansion his family owned. His father was a bigwig for Anheuser-Busch, and his entire family went to some private high school that costs like $40,000 a year per student. That was just for high school. And then people like Nellie sent their children to the same high school, if you catch my drift. But I was cracking up because I thought, oh my God, Dan Tipton would probably know exactly how to pronounce it and would laugh at her verbiage.
He absolutely did. And now I understand why I don't know that school, because I'm a Po girl. That's why I don't know that town or that place. It doesn't live in Po brains.
Shut up. She said, and of course I also laugh when y'all said, I joke our podcast isn't for kids. Well, I should know better. But clearly I had my kids in the car. We were driving home and continued listening. I don't know if it was the same episode or the next one, and it was talking about the neti pot. And Dana mentions booger soup. So for the next 10 minutes, I hear my 4-year-old son in the back seat. Booger soup? Ew, what's booger soup? And cracking up, but repeating it like a broken record. LOL. Could be worse things, but I laughed so hard.
Oh, no. So many people have written in over the years and told me that like they've accidentally butt hit their podcast or something. And one of the greatest ones was somebody was at an AA meeting or something that's like relatively quiet, and they hit that on accident in their pocket. And I just screamed in the middle of a meeting, what the fuck are you talking about? So booger soup is mild. I love everything about that. Thank you so much for writing in. First of all, when she even mentioned pickles, I didn't even know where we were going, but I got so excited because Jessica, I flat out asked my family in Instagram DM. We have the Fam Bam is called, and that's me and my sisters and my dad. And I was like, do y'all know about this pickle? And I sent a picture of the article and everything. They just didn't answer me. Not one of them said a word.
I don't understand, because they didn't, or because they were just like, I can't believe you're even asking this.
I'm not sure, but I would like to add a third option. Maybe they didn't know how to pronounce the town. Moving on. I love that so much. Thank you for writing that in. And I'm sorry that I poisoned your child.
Duh, pear.
Come on. I made it prettier. I fancied that up.
Hilarious.
Oh my God. Okay. So this, I'm going to move into my corner. So what the what?
Yup.
This is an interesting one. We're going to have to talk about this. Okay. So this is from goodnewshub.com. It is written by Victoria Pressler. This is the Good News Hub. Yes, I said that already. Okay. Heinz searches for a man who survived a month at sea on ketchup. A month on ketchup, so that they can give him a free boat. Okay. So they have this big thing, and I'll show you this. It's hashtag find the ketchup boat guy. They're trying to find him. Okay. This is the whole campaign. So let me read to you about it. Heinz is on the lookout. They put a pun in here. Do you know? See SEA, what we did there? Okay, no, you like yourself too much. For a man who survived for a month at sea on ketchup so that they can gift him a free boat. The man, Elvis Francois, became adrift on his boat after it floated away whilst he was performing maintenance on it in December 2022. Francois, 42, who lives in the small island of Saint Martin, was unable to navigate back to shore as the boat got caught in a sudden outburst of bad weather. Quote, I tried to go back to port, but I lost track because it took me a while to mount the sail and fix the sail, he said. I called my friends, co-workers. They tried to contact me, but they lost service. There was nothing else I could do than sit down and wait. After realizing the predicament he was in, Francois wrote help on the back of his boat, which I thought was really smart. He waited 24 days to be rescued. 24 days. When the Colombian Navy found him in his small vessel, recounting how he survived, Francois said, quote, I had no food. It's just a bottle of ketchup that was on the boat. God knows how old that was, too. Garlic powder and Magi. What's Magi?
That is like a German company that sells like packets of seasoning or like things to make spätzle and goulash and things like that. Like
So
Knorr, we have Knorr, Knorr, that has like the spring vegetable mix that you throw into sour cream and you have dip.
Like Mrs. Dash?
Maggi or however they pronounce it is like a German version of Knorr that we have here in the US. Well, they sell Maggie, whatever. Somebody correct me. How do you pronounce that? They sell it at World Market.
It's pronounced Dupu.
It's pronounced Maj. The second G and I are silent.
Well, he mixed that with garlic powder and ketchup. Ew.
No.
Francois also used cotton to collect water when it rained. That's really smart because you can't drink the seawater.
So I wonder if he used like a garment,
maybe a shirt
or a towel.
Yeah,
and then
something
caught
cotton.
it, and that's like what filtered it.
I
don't know.
Yes, because the water from the sky wouldn't be the salt water. You can't drink the salt water. But fresh water from the sky, it's got to be better than drinking it out of the sea.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know who you're trying to fight. The guy lived, Jessica.
I'm like, well, there is acid rain again over China, so you don't know what you're getting in that rainwater. Oh my God. Okay. Bless. 24 days at sea.
24
How many
days.
times did he puke? Oh my God.
Oh God, I can't imagine. Now Heinz has made pleas over social media for people with a clever marketing campaign to find the sailor. The global corporation told CBS News that they want to gift Francois a state-of-the-art boat, which will be equipped with full navigational technology to avoid another disaster in the future. Let me read you the social media post that Heinz has out. To whoever finds this message, we need your help tracking down an amazing man with an amazing story. You may remember Elvis Francois is the brave sailor who survived on nothing but ketchup and spices while adrift at sea for 24 days. Well, Heinz wants to celebrate his safe return home and help him buy a new boat, but we can't seem to find him. So we're setting this message adrift into the sea of the internet because if anyone can help us find him, it's you. If you or anyone you know can help us get in contact with Elvis Francois, please drop us a DM. Don't forget to share this post with all your friends so we can hashtag find the ketchup boat guy. Sincerely, Heinz. Hashtag message in a bottle. Hashtag do your thing. So they're looking for this guy to give him a boat, which is lovely. But I feel like he might be like, I don't ever want to get on a boat again. Right. It's like, I don't want to eat ketchup ever again in my life, and I don't want to be a boat again.
Right? Think about that. 24 days, the amount of rationing. Like, I'm serious. Did he have, like, the equivalent of a teaspoon each day? And, like, because there was sugar and maybe some remote form of sustenance in there, it kept him going. I'm amazed.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he looks like a healthy, robust young man, so that probably helped. That's there's receiving medical attention there, but they said he's overall all right.
Unbelievable.
Man, that's crazy. uh, yeah, it's a weird thing too that I don't know how I feel. There's a lot of talk going on lately about like what's the price of doing these good things for people, but for social media and marketing attention.
Right.
I'm not sure where I fall on that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know because we don't know his circumstances. Like for me, I would be going, I don't think I could afford the taxes on that boat that you want to give me.
My God.
Anyway, it is a nice thing that they're trying to do. And it's pretty
Absolutely.
amazing. Good for you, Francois, because you really,
Heck
I wouldn't,
yeah.
I'd be gone. I'd be like, I'm so hungry on day 2, and I'd be gone. All right. Well, there we go. There's our corners. Are you ready to move
There we
into our
go.
raves?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we have a bit of a theme. See what I'm
Yes.
doing here? SEE.
Stop it.
No,
No,
really.
I
We
would
do have a
slap your
theme.
leg. If I could reach you, I would slap your leg.
Oh my God. For your eyes only.
Only for you. I see I never remember the words.
A great rendition.
Thank you. It's full of passion.
My rave today is the organization called New Eyes, and you can find them at new-eyes.org. New Eyes provides the transformative tool of new eyeglasses to children and adults facing financial hardship so they can build independent and productive lives. Eyeglasses enable children to succeed at school, adults to find employment, and seniors to live securely through clear vision. So we talk about this every single episode, but there's things that we all take for granted, every one of us. It's nobody's fault, but if you are lucky enough to be born with your vision or your hearing or a number of other things, we often take that for granted and don't think about what a hardship that is, right?
Mhm.
Glasses are not cheap, as I'm sure anyone that wears them knows. These are just some
Absolutely.
readers from online. Luckily, they're not prescription yet at this point. Since 1932, New Eyes has provided clear vision to over 10 million people in the United States and throughout the world. Our U.S. New Eyeglasses program. We are working around the clock to bring corrected vision to people in the U.S. This means we buy thousands of new pairs of eyeglasses every year for low income people so they have the clear vision they need to pursue a better quality of life for themselves, their families, and their communities. So on the website, also, this is something else I always love to mention. Even if you're hearing us discuss something that is not needed or right for you, it might be one of those things where down the line you might be like, wait a minute, I think there's a thing you can get eyeglass if you know somebody who is in need. Or I know for a lot of friends that are teachers that have students in need. Like I have
Yes.
a friend who's a teacher in Atlanta, and she just put out an ask like privately to friends saying, I have a student who cannot afford a costume. Does anyone have the following? Like they're doing a school production, and she's like, I'm not asking anyone to spend money or buy anything new, but gently used, please, right? So that, and
Right.
I loved it. I read, and some woman said, I will happily buy this young man the clothes he needs. Please tell me his exact sizes and what he needs.
Yeah.
So it was really sweet.
Well,
And she got an ask that
immediately
fell from nowhere, right?
immediately when I read this, immediately I thought of a friend. I have a friend who has a brain tumor that is not malignant. It's just there, but it's too deep in their brain for them to have an operation. And
Yep.
so for many, many years, it has not grown. And that's where we want to keep it. However,
Yep.
it does put pressure on some of those ocular nerves. And so
Yes.
because of that, they see double, so they have to have
Ah.
corrective glasses that bring it together. Well, this is a close personal friend of mine, and we ran over her glasses on the way back and forth between my mother's passing.
Uh,
Okay. And she can't afford to get those replaced because they're hundreds
Yeah.
of dollars. And so now for the last couple of years, because she doesn't have insurance at the moment, she's um, what do you call that when you're working for, I guess, a temp? She's been a temp at a company for
Yes.
2 years, so there's no specific benefits. And so
Right.
she wears two pairs of glasses, and I feel so guilty because she'll have one pair of glasses on and then put the other one on top of it and go like this to try and see, to keep her head from just pounding.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's
So there's a
awful.
lot of
Well,
people in
maybe
need.
this
And
is.
it's not just something that you're like, well, then I shouldn't drive at night. It is day to day, especially children in school. You have to be able to see. It creates headaches. It's frustrating. That could
Yes.
keep children from wanting to learn. So I love this program.
So if you go to their site, you will see ways to donate, ways to apply for eyeglasses. And they also have a tab that says, we are accepting jewelry donations.
Hmm.
So they have a fabulous finds resale shop located in the Community Congregational Church in Short Hills, New Jersey. So if you're in the New Jersey area, you can reach out to them about that. Info at new-eyes.org. So I imagine that the money that they get from reselling the jewelry goes towards the programs that can purchase these glasses.
Mm.
So they have all kinds of stuff here. It's a wonderful, wonderful company. I also love that they have letters that have been written in from children. Read some of those. That'll pull at your heartstrings.
So great.
They are a 501c3 not for profit, and they were founded in 1932. So that's been around almost
What?
100 years. I didn't know about it.
No, me either.
So that's why we got to get the word out on these great things so that
Yes.
people who
Yes.
need it can have ways to apply to it. We operate with a very small staff and dedicated volunteer corps and are overseen by a board of trustees. Oh, hello there. Here's a little picture of Jake Gyllenhaal. Hello. He said, when my grandfather got glasses for the first time, the world really opened up for him. That's why he always donated old frames to New Eyes for the Needy. That's what the incorporated name of the company is. Now I'm their spokesperson, and I hope to make my grandpa proud.
Aw,
Uh,
I like that.
they're also endorsed by Prevent Blindness, Fight for Sight, the American Academy of Ophthalmology, and Opticians Association of America.
Wow.
So they have all kinds of good backing. They're also part of Amazon Smile. So for those of you who like to have a way to give back, if you're an
Give back.
Amazon user,
Mhm.
um, they're on Amazon Smile too. So check
That's
out
amazing.
neweyes.org.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. I'm actually going to
Yes.
share that with my friend.
Yes. Yes.
So, as Jessica said, we have a bit of a theme today. So, my rave is also about eyes. This came up, I had thought we had mentioned it before, and we may have in a past episode, but it's bears repeating. It's so wonderful.
I don't think we
You think we
have. I
haven't?
think,
Maybe.
you know what I think it was, because it's very similar. So you are not far off. Uh, a friend of mine is an ASL interpreter,
Mhm.
and she, excuse me, translator. I always say it wrong. God, I'm getting another corrections corner. ASL interpreter, I think. I hope I'm using the
Okay.
right verbiage. Anyways, she does something in her, like, she works for the city of Los Angeles, and she does interpreting for people who are going to court or have a doctor's appointment, anything, so that she can be their ears, literally. So she does a program when she has free time where it's an app where people who are deaf also call in. It's like a FaceTime thing. She's on call for certain hours during the day, and somebody might be there and they will sign to her, "Hi, I'd like to order a pizza," or whatever it is. So then
Okay. So maybe
my
that's why
friend
I got it.
then, yes, she will call and be like, "Hi, I'd like to order," and she's watching you signing to her, and then she's actually speaking to the person. So she's signing back to the person who's called in, and she is speaking to the person on the phone to place their order or make a call if there's an emergency, anything else. So sorry for that long
That's probably
roundabout thing.
that's probably where I got this. The reason this
Yeah.
came up for me is I saw a post on Instagram where someone said, I got my first, I'm raving today about Be My Eyes. And someone had posted, I got my first Be My Eyes call today. I helped a woman pick out almond milk. Sometimes it's the smallest things that can make your day. So Be My Eyes app, you can find them at www.bemyeyes.com. Be My Eyes is a free app for receiving video support at a moment's notice. Every day, sighted volunteers and professionals lend their eyes to solve tasks, big and small, to assist blind and low vision people, help them lead more independent lives. So I love that. Be My Eyes connects people needing sighted support with volunteers and companies through live video around the world. And you can download this app for iOS or Android. I want to find a little bit. They also just introduced a new virtual volunteer tool powered by OpenAI's GPT, which we've been talking a lot about AI recently. The virtual volunteer feature will be integrated into the existing app and contains a dynamic new image to text generator powered by OpenAI's GPT-4. Users can send images via the app to AI-powered virtual volunteer, which will provide instantaneous identification, interpretation, and conversational visual assistance for a wide variety of tasks. So you can read more about that on their website as well. That's a new feature that they have. It's my hope, this is a quote from Hans Jorgen, the founder of Be My Eyes. It is my hope that by helping each other as an online community, Be My Eyes will make a big difference in the everyday lives of blind people all over the world. I think that's amazing. So basically what this is it's a free mobile app with one main goal: to make the world more accessible for blind and low vision people. Since we launched in January 2015, so not that long ago, currently 6,386,453 volunteers have signed up to assist blind and low vision users. Be My Eyes users can request assistance in over 180 languages, making the app the biggest online community for blind and low vision people, as well as the largest micro volunteering platform in the world. I like that.
Wow.
Micro volunteering. That makes it feels like you can fit it in. Yes. You can fit it in. It's micro. It's kind of up to you and your schedule. I like that. Because sometimes we get overwhelmed with like, I can't even finish the stuff I've got going myself. You know what I mean? Right. It started in Denmark in 2012 with Hans Jorgen Weiberg, a Danish furniture craftsman, interesting, who is visually impaired himself. Through his work at the Danish Association of the Blind, he recognized that blind or low vision people often need a little assistance to solve everyday tasks. However, it wasn't until a blind friend told him that he used video calls to connect with family and friends who could help him with these tasks, Hans Jorgen got the idea for Be My Eyes. He believed that the technology of video calls could be used visually to assist blind or low vision individuals without them having to rely on friends and family, but using a network of open volunteers. I love that. This goes on to tell the history of it. In February of 2018, the feature Specialized Help was launched with Microsoft as a first partner company. Specialized Help enables blind and low vision users to connect with official company representatives for accessibility and efficient customer support. That's interesting. I hope everybody knows that. Be My Eyes now offers a variety of corporate solutions besides Specialized Help, including Be My Eyes for Work, corporate volunteering, Be My Eyes for Experiences, and Be My Eyes Careers. So there's many different ways that you can get involved in this community, many different ways in which you can help, be it business, be it, I just want to hear you explain to me what this might look like. I just think it's amazing. Right?
Yeah, I love it.
I think I do too. Again, you guys, that's bemyeyes.com. If you or someone you know has low eyesight or visibility issues, maybe blind or close to it, Or if you have that as a burden on your heart and you want to be available, like most of the time, they're very quick 2-minute calls. I was reading more about it. It's like this kid said, she just wanted to make sure she was getting almond milk and not dairy milk.
Exactly.
Done. Told her, to your right, reach out there. Yep, that's the one. There you go. Bye. Have a great day. God, you just made a huge difference in someone's life in such a small amount of time.
Yes. That took no time at all.
Took no time. And he was like, you could tell that in his post, he was saying, this felt good for me and it helped her. Like the benefits are just so amazing. So anyway, absolutely. I love that we had a little theme today. You know, vision is something that we often forget to be grateful for.
Yes.
So this is a nice reminder. BeMyEyes.com. Yay.
Oh, I love that.
I love that too. Easy way to volunteer, guys. Easy way. Because if you're not available, you don't answer and they go to the next person on the list.
That's right.
Done. You know? Jessica.
Dana.
I think it's our show.
I think it is.
You want to tell people how to get a hold of us?
Yes, please find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Rants and Raves Podcast, on YouTube at the Rants and Raves Podcast, our very own channel, on TikTok at the Rants and Raves P. You can email us at the Rants and Raves Podcast at gmail.com or the contact button on our website, www.therantsandраvespodcast.com. Also, just another reminder, we're going to keep throwing this out there up until we get there. If you guys are in the northeastern part of the U.S. or feel like taking a little road trip, come and see Dana and I at the XL Happy Valley Improv Festival. We will be doing a live podcast in May, and we will post that continually up until then. You can look that up online, Happy Valley Improv in State College, Pennsylvania. And if you are around, please come see us. We would love to meet you.
Absolutely. That's good. I know that we have at least 1 or 2 people that are going to try and make it out. And it's people we've never met in person. And I'm so excited.
I know.
It's going to be so cool. So Jessica, I also, can I plug a little something for myself real quick? So spring is coming and we all know how much Dana loves plants. Love them. I would just like to plug that I have a little project coming for those of you who may have children in your lives. Myself and a good friend of mine have developed a project together called Zinnia's Garden. I am Zinnia. And I would say when I talk to people about it, it's like Sesame Street meets Mr. Rogers meets plants. So it's fun and learning for kids. We talk about nurturing plants in your garden is also a way you nurture in your community and show love. So it's just a really feel good show about appreciating nature. And I happen to think Zinnia is adorable. That would be why I have these little piggy tails in today. I've been working on some stuff. So anyway, if you have children, that's coming. It's just another way I want to put some goodness into the world. Jessica and I, listen, we're not perfect people, but if I can leave this life behind feeling like I gave somebody some information they needed and somehow made the world just a little bit better, I will be the happiest human exiting. So anyway, it's just
that show is something that the world needs. Okay. And I'm so proud of you,
Jessica,
and all that were part of your project, and you are adorable. And that show is adorable. Okay. It's
I'm very excited. You guys, I'm talking about it like it's, just a little thing I'm working on with a friend. But I got to be honest, because of where we live, because of who our friends are, the talent that I have involved with this is off the charts. We have 2 professional Henson puppeteers. Our puppets went through the Henson workshop. I don't know, Jessica, I know you're familiar with Broadway Barbara, who we just adore. If you don't follow Broadway Barbara on Instagram or TikTok, you're missing out. Crazy. She's just a delight. Broadway Barbara is an actual human who I happen to know. And she is also a part of a duo with a friend of hers called Broadway Babies. And they write and sing children's music. They're phenomenal. They partnered with us. My first episode, I recorded a song that explains photosynthesis in such a cute way. So that's along the lines of what we're going for. So I'll probably be plugging that a little bit more. We should be releasing in a few weeks here. And it's been a labor of love. This is another project where Dana and her friend are like, we're about to learn some shit we didn't know, man.
Yep. And you did.
And we did. And guess who has been a huge help? Jay, because he's an absolute saint. So anyway, I'm very excited about it. And I'll probably promote that some more. Jessica, is there anything you want to mention?
Nope, just still obsessed and every night staying up way, 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 way too late with my husband binging the Great British Bake Off. And I mean, a minimum of 3 to 4 episodes a night.
It's a feel-good thing. I don't blame you.
It is.
Yeah.
I love it. You guys have heard me talk about it for a few weeks now. You're looking for something to calm you down and just give you some hope in the world, please watch the Great British Bake Off. Different than any other type of competition or reality type show. There is no drama. There's nothing but love. There's a few tears, but it's because they all actually care. Okay? It's real nice. It's real calming. Check it out.
I love it. I love it. Well, Jessica, as you know, I always like to bring a point to ponder for us to think about over the week. Yes. Sometimes it's a weird fact. Sometimes it's just something I really want you to set in your soul. This week, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing a Love Out Loud t-shirt here. It's one of my faves. I like to wear it because Jessica and I always say we're not a political podcast. However, I am not out of line, I don't believe, in saying that. For whatever it's worth, Jessica and I really, really support our trans community. We have a lot of loved ones within that community. We fully support equal rights, equal love, all of it. Okay. So I just wanted to read you. I found this fact and I loved it. We'll be done. We'll be back next week. Jessica, I always enjoy you.
Same, lady.
To our LGBTQ plus community, we see that you're having a hard time and we stand behind you. Dolly Parton once lost a Dolly Parton lookalike contest. Dolly Parton entered a celebrity lookalike contest as herself and lost. The contest was held at a San Francisco club. In order to somewhat disguise herself, Parton exaggerated her features with makeup. However, she got the least applause of all contestants and ultimately lost to a drag queen. Now, if you don't think those people need to be reading stories to our kids to keep them interested, there's your sign that you're wrong, because a drag queen beat Dolly Parton at being herself.
Okay.
Love it. Okay. Period. Oh, every RuPaul thing you've ever heard. Boom. Love you, Jess.
Love you too.
We'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.